All right. Thanks for coming and thanks for tuning in. With Plaid, we've managed to break the 2-second barrier, if you will. No production car has ever done 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. In addition to a crazy performance, it's also got a longer range. Even with the tri-motor high performance, it's got almost a 400-mile range. And in the dual motor configuration, it's got a 412-mile range. And we've also improved the supercharging speed, so you can get 187 miles of range in 15 minutes. In terms of additional stats, it's also the fastest production car to complete a quarter mile, so 9.23 seconds. It's got a 200-mile-an-hour top speed, over 1,000 horsepower, almost 400-mile range. Like I said, charges so fast, it'll be probably done by the time you have a coffee, basically. We have an all-new battery pack. And then something we're really proud of is the new carbon-sleeved rotors for the motor. And it's single speed from 0 to 200 miles an hour. I mean, you can pick this motor up with your hands, and it can accelerate a 2-ton car to 60 miles an hour in 2 seconds. It goes up to 20,000 RPM and maybe a little more. We also were able to achieve the lowest drag coefficient of any car ever made. We also have the latest and greatest in heat pump, which is basically the HVAC system for the car. It's 30% better cold weather range and requires 50% less energy for cabin heating in freezing conditions. And the radiator is twice as big for heat rejection. So you'll be able to actually do back-to-back 0 to 60s, go on the track, just haul ass, and as you'll see tonight, this car is just going to do over and over again, and it doesn't get winded. And then it's also engineered for maximum safety as well. So we think we can get the lowest probability of injury of any car ever tested. And then the design, we've obviously made a lot of refinements to the exterior, and then we've completely redone the interior. As you can see, we changed the orientation of the main screen, so it's easier to watch movies and that kind of thing in landscape. In other notes, we have ventilated front seats. We have this yoke steering wheel, which is a little different, but I think once you try it, you'll think it's great. The visibility of the main screen is super clear, especially for autopilot, so you can see the entire panoramic view. I think generally all input is error. So we want, if you have to do something that the car could have done already, that should be taken care of. The software should just do it. So you can actually just literally walk up to the car, it senses that you're approaching, unlocks the car based on your phone. It just basically pairs with your phone, knows that you're coming to the car, opens the door, extends the handle, you sit down, and you just drive. You don't have to press the drive or anything like that. The car knows you want to drive. It will just keep minimizing the amount of input that you need to do until the car just reads your mind. So it's going to be great. We've redesigned the interior. We moved the interior so that the front IP is actually slimmer and thinner. So we were able to move the front seats forward, giving more room to the back seat, and we reclined the back seat more and reduced the interior trim. Dual inductive chargers for your phones in the back and dual inductive in the front. Similar to the Model 3 and Y, instead of having air vents, we use intersecting columns of air. And we just vary the speed of the air. And then the 17-inch touchscreen it feels like a movie theater. The sound is incredible. We have an all-new sound system designed by Tesla Audio, and we have acoustic glass throughout the car. So the car is very quiet when going down the highway. Even at very high speeds, like you're doing 100 miles an hour, it's still quiet. And then we've got an all-new UI. Anyway, the UI is basically easy to move around, expand, contract, shift music to the left, to the right, and we're going to keep improving it. So it basically feels like a modern tablet or phone. And then it's not PS4, it's PS5. It can play Cyberpunk. So I think this really illustrates the difference. It maintains 1,000 horsepower all the way up to 200 miles an hour. All right, and deliveries begin now. So, So we're in production. We're going to deliver the first 25 cars now, and then basically we should be at several hundred cars per week soon, and 1,000 cars a week probably next quarter.